Toledo's very deserving of an outright MAC championship. I think the thing that's most impressive about them, everybody's going to talk about how efficient they are offensively, and they are. But the biggest difference from game one, which we opened up MAC play by winning there, and tonight is he's got a group. Todd's done a great job. He's got a group committed to competing on the defensive end. I think when you look at the numbers, they were 10th or 11th in defense in our league and heading into game one. And then tonight, I think they're third in our league in defense. So they've always been a very prolific offensive team, and he's got them really competing hard on the defensive end, which has put them in a situation having the longest winning streak in the country and outright MAC championship. And, because when you get into these tournament situations, you gotta be able to defend. And obviously, we struggled with them tonight, as most teams in our league have. You're not going to win games giving up 87. We scored enough to win. We shot the ball well enough to win. But you give up 55% shooting from the game, it's going to be really difficult. We had 5 early turnovers. The thing that I was fighting the whole first half, it still stumps me. We got to figure out before we play on Thursday. Is why we didn't have any fire to us to start the game, and so that was disappointing. I don't know if it was the senior stuff, festivities to begin with or not, but the way we started the game really contributed to some poor plays there in the first half. I thought we fought a little bit the second half, looked more like ourselves the second half, but you can't make those type of mistakes against a team like Toledo. So, but I want to, the crowd again, I don't know what they got it at tonight. It's not on here. 4,441. Okay, so another great crowd. I want to, not only I've been doing stuff with the students, but I want to thank not only the students, they've been awesome. But, I think one of the coolest things, for me as a coach, and I think, these guys, they enjoy it too, is when you go back and you see what our crowds look like, games 1, 2, and 3, and then what they've been here at the end, and that's very rewarding to our program. So we hope those people will continue to support us, bring 2 more. If everybody comes back, brings a couple friends, we'll play some games without those tarps up top, and I don't promise many things. I promise these guys, one thing, I won't lie to them. We'll promise to continue to work and try to put a product on the floor that they can get excited about and support. And I think that's been probably the biggest achievement that these guys have had all year, is they've not only created excitement, here at the university about our basketball team, but they've created excitement here, in Muncie and across the state. I was out recruiting earlier this week, and it's crazy the amount of people that come up and just excited about what's going on here in Muncie, and alumni telling you they're proud to wear their colors and Ball State sweatshirts again for the first time in 20 years, and so that's a credit to what these guys have done this year. So really proud of that. We had an excellent regular season. Be the 13th team in school history to win 20 games. Can't ever take that away. Obviously, I wish some things would have gone different here at the end, but we got, this guy's been banged up for 6 weeks, and I don't know if the casual fan could tell, but I know, how you put him in, he doesn't quite have the same burst, but we got a couple guys like that, and it's that time of year. But our guys have fought, they've competed, they've had a hell of a season, especially for, you're always going to remember, your first team as a head coach, and I feel really lucky because I get to remember them for the right reasons. Their buy-in, the things that I told them in our first meeting. I'm sure they were kind of looking at me crazy, but they gave us what they had. They bought in. Change for young people is never easy. He didn't sign up to play for me, and as some others, and what they gave us this year, what they gave the fans, what they gave this university, is an excellent foundation for this program to continue to move forward, and they should forever be remembered for that.
And DJ obviously came out at the end there to a nice ovation, senior night and all that. So just what was kind of going through your mind pregame with those festivities and then at the end there?
The main thing was to win the game, go do as much as I can to help our team win, but enjoy the moment, like every single moment, like during the time that I was out there and hearing the cheers, just enjoy everything and miss it.
And kind of what you were saying, like how has this season, from your perspective, kind of been interesting to see the growth he's talking about with the fans and just you guys winning 20 games and all that. So how is it from your perspective?
It's been excellent. I was here when we was struggling, so I seen the stance. It wasn't how it is now, and just the attendance we bring after every game is pretty big for us, and I think that brings us a lot of energy.
Coach, I think 3 straight second halves now where the defense has let up 47 or more points and more free throws than the first half in each one. Any trends that you've seen out of the locker room that's kind of caused that?
No, I mean maybe fatigue. You know, I don't know. You know, they score 40 plus every half. I mean, Toledo does. That's not. You know, but you know, like we're entering a part. I just told them in the locker room we're entering a part of the season where you can't have the small breakdowns. Like you can't have scouting report errors. Scouting report errors will send you home. You know, and I just shared a story with him last year. Like if we block out Armando Baycott on a loose ball rebound, we're going to back-to-back Final Fours. And we weren't able to do it. Loose ball kicked out. Caleb Love bangs a 3, and you know, go on. We lose the game. We're going to be up 3 with the ball with just a little bit over a minute left, and we're not going to lose that game. We're not going to lose to St. Peter's, go to Final Four. Trust me on that one. And so, you know, we got to have a little bit more attention to detail on scouting report. Too many scouting report errors and breakdowns that have hurt us. You know, and you get young guys that they've been in this fire now. They've been in some highly competitive games, enough of them that we shouldn't make those. But they, you know, you add on, you know, the length of the season, some fatigue, and you know you can have some mental breakdowns, which we've had in these last 2 games. Much more in Akron than tonight, but you know we ran across an elite offensive team, and we ran across the player of the year in the league. That was at the top of his game.
Coach, you went 5 for 20 from the 3-point line. Do you think there was a specific reason for that?
No, it didn't come and goes. You know, like, I mean, we're a pretty good 3-point shooting team. Like, you know, they just didn't make some shots. Like Sellers is 1 for 6. I mean, the guy could go 7 for 8 next game. You know, he shoots 47% at the end of the game. So, you know, those things. You know, they're up and down. I think. You know, some of that was just like I said. I don't know why we didn't come out with some of the fire that I anticipated. You know, we didn't come out with the same fire that we had at Akron, which is disappointing. We got to figure that out between now and Thursday, and we got to try to get as healthy as we possibly can. So, you know, I'd also be remiss. I want to thank all the students in the band, especially the seniors, the Code Red dancers, and the cheerleaders for all, you know, everything that they do for our program, and everybody here within Worthing. Like, I hope our concessionaire made a little bit more money this year with some of the crowds. You know, I hope you know all those things that what a good basketball team and good program can mean to a university. I hope we start seeing those things to fruition. I hope you know we have some people that can take advantage of some of the momentum that we have going here.
And then a question for Damaris. Obviously, Boogie's hurt, but he's on the sideline close, yelling at points louder than he was. What's that like, having a teammate like that?
He's like that on the floor. He's probably like our main leader, and like he love the game, and he see everything on the floor, so he just try to throw out advice for whatever he sees to help his teammates.
Toledo's playing at such an unbelievable offensive level right now. How difficult are they to defend?
They're really difficult. They put you in stressful situations. You know, they can spread you out. They got guys that can shoot. If you try to switch and keep them in front, you know, they got the best player in the league breaking you down. You know, they're just a very efficient, unselfish offensive team. When a play is called and it's for a particular person, if he doesn't have something there, he doesn't force it. It's not. He doesn't take a my turn. And continue. They go to what's next. They got great spacing, great movement. They got really good, highly skilled offensive players. So they put you in a bind in a lot of different areas. I don't know if you were in here when I first said, like, the thing that the reason that they're winning games is because they bought into the defensive end. They've gotten much better defensively here in the conference season, and has put them in a position, to win 15 straight games.
I mean, Ray J obviously has had this great season. Like his feel for the game and kind of flow he has out there. I mean, is that like the key ingredient that kind of elevates his game? Or?
I mean, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any team, any one of us, maybe in the top four, in this league, like, we played without Boogie tonight. We played a game without Pete. Like, if you take Ray J off that team, like, he controls a lot of things for him. You're going to have somebody else fill that void. And I think any of them, you take Sincere off of Kent, whoever you want to choose, like, it's going to affect your team. I think Ray J's, he's so under control, and he makes the game easier for those other guys. And we saw, at Eastern Michigan, like, you take P out, well, some of our perimeter players have had really good years because of that dude, right? And because of all the attention that he demands and his competitiveness, and the same thing with Ray J. But they got good players at all five positions. But he is without question the guy that kind of controls everything for him.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations. I mean, it's been a pleasure following you guys all season. I mean, it's been a great season for us. I know that's on this side. But you've been around the game a while. Obviously, different mode going into a tournament. From your experience playing, tournament games, what do you tell these guys moving forward that, that's different than the regular season?
Yeah, just like that. That my bad play can send you home. That where you turn around, oh, my bad, my mistake. That can send you home. That can end your season. Like I was talking about the scouting report errors. If a guy's a right-hand driver and the scouting report says force left, like, and you let him beat you to your right, like, just that one time, like, it can end your season. So everything just has to be heightened. Your attention to detail has got to go up a level. Your energy, your focus, your toughness, everything just has to level up. But you still got to remember you're out there playing a game. You got young kids. You got to have, like, not everybody gets to do this. There's some dudes that turn their shit in already this season. They're going on spring break. Like, if you're a basketball player, you don't want to go on spring break. You got the rest of your life to go on spring break. And so, we've got to clean up some areas. Our attention to detail has got to be a little bit better. And we don't need any Superman efforts. We just need everybody to do their job. And everybody's got definitions of toughness. And the one that we try to use in our program is, toughness is doing your job every time, regardless of circumstance. I don't want to hear, well, I got pushed or I got screened, or, do your job. Get the job done. And that's what tournament basketball is all about. And you got to be able to. You can't give up 87 and win games in the tournament.
Coach, I know on paper, 4 losses in the last 5 games, but you guys put together good efforts against, in 3 of those against the top conference teams. Do you think the team can kind of carry that into next week?
Yeah, I think so. You kind of end your season here, your regular season. You turn the page, your tournament play. You get re-energized. Like, if you can't get excited to play in tournament play, you need to go do something else. The struggle here at the end. I think obviously we're not 100% healthy. I think that played a role in it. If there a game or two we still should have won, would have. Yeah, maybe. But what I don't want for these guys is this ending because of some unfortunate circumstances, taking away how they feel about what they've accomplished this season. Because, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure too many people, would have predicted, a team that won 14 games last year, lost 2 of their top 3 scorers in the transfer portal, and had a brand new coach who's never called a timeout, I'm going to go out and win 20 games. I mean, it's only happened now 13 times. So to act like that happens every day around here is ridiculous. And so I don't want that to be, I don't want this ending to take away how these guys feel about the season that they've had.
Coach, one last question for me. Obviously you're a new coach, but what did you learn from your players this year? Because obviously you've been assistant on there, but,
Yeah.
but what did they teach you that you saw as a head coach from, that you learned from these guys?
Well, yeah, I think, the thing that I've learned, and it's not something I learned, I think it was just reinforced, is, you pour yourself into these guys, and you try to, there's days I gotta jump his ass, there's days that, I gotta put my arm around him, and everybody's like that, and, because what these guys are trying to do and chase and achieve is not easy, and so, but if you just pour yourself into them, I believe in being directly honest with them, good and bad. I don't look at myself as a coach and a leader and try to sit up in some ivory tower and act like, everything I ever did was perfect. Like, I've made a hell of a lot of mistakes. But because I've made those mistakes and I didn't back down and I didn't quit, I learned and grew from them is why I'm in the position that I'm in. And so I think you can share those situations, those experiences with these guys, and let them know, like, you're gonna, I don't know exactly what his future is gonna hold, but I'm gonna help him in every way that I can. And I hope that what he's learned, in these past 11 months is how to handle adversity, and not run from it and take it square on, and that it's gonna be okay. Like, you can figure it out, if these guys can take the lessons that you can learn from a basketball season and put it into life, they've got a majority of the world whipped, because there's just not many people anymore that can do that. You're going to fail a lot, and like we get on a guy from missing an assignment and a ball screen, right? Well, you got to be able to bounce back and go ahead and continue to work and play, or your shot's not going in. How do you impact winning another way? Because life's going to come at you, and you don't get it done in life. In a job, you don't get too many second, third, fourth chances. Like, they're going to go find somebody else to do the job, and then you got to walk in your house, your wife and kids, and explain how you got no money coming in, you got a mortgage and bills and all this stuff to pay. Well, you better be able to pick your ass up off the floor and go figure it out. And I hope that these guys, especially this one here, because he's up against it now, is better prepared for what life is going to give him because of his last year here with us. So I wish, I don't have any regrets coaching this kid. Other than I wish I got him for another year. Not only is he a really good player, but we've got to get him his degree here at the end of the semester, and we've got to try to figure out what's next for him and how best to get him ready for that. But he's been a joy to coach. I think he's really good. I'm glad he's had the year that he's had. Just listening to all the accolades there in the senior night, like how many different categories is this dude in the top 10 in the MAC in, right? I mean, he's top 10 in the MAC in block shots. He's a guard. You hear that, and I think he's had the best year of his college career from an individual standpoint. I know he was on a team at St. Louis that went to the NCAA tournament, but for his impact on our program and what he's done, like he should be really proud of what he accomplished here, because he's set a foundation and a level of expectation for what we want this program to be. And so when we accomplish those things, I expect him to be right there with us, because he's going to be a major part of what we do here.
Kind of two questions here. What you said about having the health issue so far. Do you think Boogie will be back for the next game?
I don't know.
And then,
I know he's in a lot of pain. I've never experienced that, so I don't. I don't know. But I don't know, and that's not coach speak. I don't know. We're going to do everything we can. I know if he's capable, he wants to be out there. But right now he's not capable.
he grabbed his ankle twice after hitting the court. Do you have any?
Yeah, he went 2 for 2. He got the left one and the right one. So, you know, good for, you know, if you're gonna get him, I guess. But no, I don't question you guys' toughness or want to. And you know, there's just some things that are piling up. We haven't practiced over an hour and 15 minutes since the end of January. You know, and so you know, it's just that time of year. It's that time of year.
You know, DJ, from a player's perspective, like what I asked him about the 4 losses in 5 games, but some good efforts in there. How are you guys feeling, just morale-wise, heading into Cleveland?
Every game trying to come in, trying to win. We know that we killed ourselves in those losses. All the losses that came from us was just off our mistakes. So we just try to go into every game, try to correct those mistakes, and just try to come up on top.
Do you guys still believe? I guess based on the performances, it seems like it's clear you guys can compete at the top of this league, even if you are banged up, right?
Yeah, we try to go out there every time, no matter what.
And then
We'll get through it.
Also, I was just curious, since Boogie's missed these 2 games, and you've had pretty much the primary ball handling duties and picking up assists and stuff, have you, I don't know, either learned anything or just kind of figured out anything without his presence out there about being the point guard and taking on those duties?
Not much, just trying to figure out other ways to get other people involved. Because normally he making an assist or he going to go do something else to help other people. So I'm just trying to just make sure everybody involved in our offense or just in the game.
Anything else, guys? Thanks.
Thank you, fellas.
Appreciate
Thanks
y'all.
for what you guys have done for us this year.
It's been great.